Good morning everyone and welcome back to the Alchemian tutorial class. As you all know, we are on the chapter on subtractions. So today we will be learning the different properties of multiplication. We have learned the different properties of addition, different properties of subtraction. Today we will be learning the different properties of multiplication. But before moving further, I have a small video for you. You watch the video and then I'll be giving you the further description of this. Let's watch the video.
Words to know. Zero property of multiplication. Multiplication. Identity property of multiplication. Soccer ball. How can properties help you multiply? Think about this question during the lesson. Multiplication properties can help you remember basic multiplication facts. What do you think the meaning of the word properties is in this statement? Properties are rules used to do math. The commutative property of multiplication states that two numbers can be multiplied in any order and the product will be the same. Look at the two arrangements of soccer balls on the mats. Did the total change when the balls were rearranged? No, the total number did not change. Each group has a total of 6 soccer balls. The product is the same. So 2 times 3 equals 3 times 2. The zero property of multiplication states that the product of any number and 0 is 0. How many groups do you see? How many are in each group? There are 2 groups with 0 in each group. So 2 times 0 equals 0. If you multiplied 999 million by 0, would the product be 0? Why? Yes, the zero property of multiplication says that any number multiplied by 0 equals 0. The identity property of multiplication states that the product of any number and 1 is that number. One group of 7 can be written as 1 times 7 equals 7. Does it matter if 1 is the first or second factor in the multiplication problem? No, because any number multiplied by 1 is that number. How can the zero property of multiplication and identity property of multiplication both apply to this equation? According to the zero property of multiplication, the product of any number and 0 is 0. According to the identity property of multiplication, the product of any number, 0, and 1 is that number, 0. Now you know how to use the properties of multiplication to solve equations.
Have you all watched the video? I hope some basic is clear about what are the different properties of subtraction. Okay, let me start with the first property of subtraction. What is the first property of subtraction? See, first property of subtraction is the order property. What do you mean by order? Order means the arrangement of the numbers. You can arrange the number in any way, but the answer remains the same. See, in this example, we have a number 15 multiplied by 7. 15 multiplied by 7 is what? 105. Now, if I arrange the number in this way, 7 into 15, 7 into 15 is also 105. It makes no difference how you arrange the number or how you order the number. but the answer, that is the product, always remains the same. There is no change in the answer. You can write 15 into 7 or you can write 7 into 15. The answer will remain the same. This order property is known as your commutative property. Is it clear? This property is known as your commutative property. Okay. Now let's move on to the second property. The second property is your grouping property. Grouping property. This was done in your addition also and subtraction also. We group the numbers, but answer we get is the same. This grouping property, see, I have three numbers, 25, 40 and 100. I see there is a bracket enclosing 25 and 40. So 25 and 40 are in the bracket and 100 is outside the bracket. But still, if you multiply 25 into 40 and then you multiply with 100, what you get the answer? Ones, tens, 100, 1,000, 10,000, lakh. So what is the answer when you multiply this? The answer is 1 lakh. Is it clear? See, in the next example, 25 I have taken outside and I have grouped 40 and 100. In the first example, 100 was outside the bracket. But in this, I have taken 100 inside the bracket. So 25 is outside. 40 into 100. When you multiply all this, the answer you get is again 1 lakh. Similarly, now I take 40 outside the bracket and I group 25 and 100. When I group 25 and 100 inside the bracket and I take 40 outside, since the answer is what? The answer is 1 lakh. It means what? You can group any number you want, but the answer will always remain the same. Grouping does not change the answer. You can group any two numbers and keep one number outside the bracket. This grouping property is known as your associative property. Which property? Associative property. So we have learned the order property. We have learned the grouping property. Now let's come to the third property, that is multiplication by 1. What do you mean by this? Any number when multiplied by 1 gives you what? Any number 1 multiplied by 1 gives you the number itself. For example, 2 into 1 is what? 2. You have learned multiplication since childhood. So 2 into 1 is 2. 4 into 1 is 4. So any number when multiplied with 1 will give you the number itself. 151 into 1 is 151. Is it clear? Now let's come to the fourth property. Fourth property is multiplication by 0. This means what? Any number when multiplied by 0, the answer is 0. Any number when multiplied by 0, you get an answer 0. For example, 467 into 0 is what? 0. 5 into 0, 0. 7 into 0, 0. 500 into 0, 0. Any number when multiplied by 0 is 0. So which are the four property? We did the order property, we did the grouping property, we did multiplication by 1 and multiplication by 0. In multiplication by 1, any number when multiplied by 1 gives the number itself. Multiplication by 0, any number when multiplied by 0 will give you what? The answer is 0. Grouping property, you can group any number, any two numbers can be grouped and the third number can be outside the bracket. The answer you get is the same. And order property, arrange the numbers in any way, but the answer is always the same. So these are the four main properties of multiplication. There are other three properties also. One is multiplication by 10, how you multiply by 10, how you multiply by 100 and how you multiply by 1000. So I'll teach you now multiplication by 10, 100 and 1000. Now let us do multiplication by 10 and multiplication by 100. How we can multiply by 10 and multiply by 100. See, If a number is given, so let's take an example, 2654 into 10. So we have 0 in the ones place. So what we do is we just multiply 1. 2654 into 1. Instead of doing that column multiplication, you can simply do it this way. 2654 into 1 is what? 2654. And this 0 is there, you can just put a 0 down. Without multiplication, you know your answer is 26540. This is just to save your time. During exam time, you don't waste time in doing those multiplication by column method. You can simply see, suppose it is by 10, so 2654 and you can put a 0 down. Is it clear? Now let's see multiplication by 100. Instead of 100, I have written a number 800 so that I can clear your basic. See, 57 into 800. So in the ones place and the tens place, what do we have? We have 0, 0. But in the hundreds place, we have 8. So at first, what we do is, we multiply this 57 with 8. See, 57 into 8. 57 into 8 is what? 456. Now what is left? You are left with the 2 zeros. You can simply put 2 zeros below. Is it clear? This is just the simplest method of multiplying bigger numbers. 57 into 800, 800 is a bigger number. If you multiply in the column wise, it will take 3 to 4 steps. So you can just simply multiply 57 into 8, will give you 456, and you can put the 2 0 below. So your answer is 45600. I hope all the different properties of multiplications are clear with you. Now we will meet in the next class.